Will special education funding increase in the next school year? Have you been wondering if special education funding will see an increase in the upcoming school year? Let's break down what we know so far. For the fiscal year 2026, there is a proposed increase in special education funding at the federal level. The administration has requested around $14.9 billion for the Grants to States program under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. This amount is approximately $677,500,000 more than what was allocated in 2025. This proposal marks the highest level of funding ever suggested for this program, showing a commitment to support children with disabilities. The proposed funding increase also includes a consolidation of smaller grants into the larger Grants to States program. This change aims to give states more flexibility in how they use the funds. They can allocate resources for training new special education personnel and providing technical assistance to school districts. This is a positive step towards better support for students with disabilities. However, it is essential to note that funding has remained relatively flat in recent years when we consider inflation and rising costs. The actual purchasing power of these funds may not keep pace with the growing expenses related to special education. For instance, there is a nationwide shortage of special education teachers and providers, which often leads to higher wages. So, while the nominal funding amount may increase, the real capacity to meet all needs could still be limited. At the state level, some states are also proposing increases in their special education budgets. For example, one state has proposed a 2.69% increase in special education appropriations for the 2025-06 fiscal year. This increase includes funding for various components, such as contingency funds and services for institutionalized children. In practical terms, these funding proposals suggest that schools and districts may have slightly more resources to support students with disabilities in the next school year. However, challenges remain. The consolidation of funding streams may simplify administration but could also raise concerns about the guaranteed availability of funds for specific programs. Additionally, ongoing shortages of qualified special education staff and rising costs may limit the impact of these funding increases. For families and educators navigating special education and disability services, it is crucial to stay informed about both federal and state budget developments. These changes directly affect the resources available for individualized education programs and related supports. Advocating for adequate funding and understanding how funds are allocated can help ensure that the rights and needs of students with disabilities continue to be met effectively.